Hey, what's up everybody? Jonathan here with Descent Athletics. Today we're going to talk a little bit about fitness training, strength training, the commonalities, the differences in these two things. First, how do we train? Like what are we talking about when it comes to training? And I view that in fitness and strength is the first thing that we want to do is we are building a foundation. I'm trying to lay down my baseline of kind of everything. Build the foundation, and then we sharpen the spear as we get closer to competition, the end of the cycle, whatever it is that we're doing. And so there's two levers that we're going to be talking about a lot throughout this video, volume and intensity. For the most part, I want volume over intensity. And that's super crazy. That is not what is conveyed in CrossFit and all these other things. Volume over intensity. Okay, so to build this foundation, let's talk about building the foundation in strength, and then we'll talk about building the foundation in fitness. So building the foundation in strength, let's look at Murph. We're about 2 weeks into May. I don't know when this video will come out, but 2 weeks into May, about 2 weeks until Murph. So that is our big focus. 100 pull-ups, quite a few pull-ups. So if you look at what we've been doing the past couple of weeks, we've done 3 or 4 weeks of strict pull-up progressions. We started at 4 sets of 5 or something like that, and every week we added volume to that, added a few pull-ups to each round, really working on the strict part. We're not getting up to 100 strict, but we're doing as many strict pull-ups as we possibly can. Then as we get closer, so we're building the foundation, as we get closer, we'll start to sharpen that spear. And now we're going to kip, we're going to butterfly. We're going to allow the volume of pull-ups to come up, while the intensity, since I'm now able to kip, is going to go down. Where if I'm doing strict pull-ups, the intensity of the movement stays high, so my volume has to fall. Let's look at push-ups the same way. 200 push-ups is quite a bit. If you come in and you do 3 max sets of push-ups, those numbers are going to continue to go down, and we're not going to be able to get as many push-ups in. So what I would suggest doing instead is, if you know your max amount of push-ups, let's say that number is like 40 push-ups you can do, let's do half of that. Let's do 20. And we're going to do that every 2 minutes until failure. So every 2 minutes, I'm going to do 20 push-ups until I cannot get it in that minute, or I'm just too tired to do anymore. And as I get closer to the day of doing Murph, I can increase the amount of reps I do in each of those intervals, or I can shorten the time interval. And if I shorten the time interval, if I add more push-ups to each round, the intensity will come up, the volume will come back down. If we look at fitness, in fitness, we're going to talk about running here. Let's look at what they call the Maffetone method. So Phil Maffetone, he came out with a number, kind of a philosophy, if you will, behind running. We want to run slow to become fast. And so we are looking at the heart rate associated with aerobic training. And so the difference between getting from aerobic to anaerobic, burning fat as a fuel to burning glycogen or phosphocreatine. So you pick a number and you run slow. And what this does is it's going to allow you to run further. You're not going to do it very fast, but you can get more volume done. And as I get closer to my race or whatever it is that I'm doing, I can shorten those runs, or I can pick up my mile pace. The intensity will go up, but the overall amount of volume that I can go run will come down. So we build a foundation, we run really slow, get as many miles as we can, and then we start to bring up the intensity and shorten the amount of distance that we run. I want to talk a little bit about the differences between fitness and strength training, but before we look at differences, know the one thing that they have in common. And to be efficient at either of these, I want to build efficient movement patterns. I need to be efficient in movement. So if we look at a squat, if we have not the best squat pattern, there's no amount of adding weight that's going to help you out there. We need to first get a super solid squat pattern. If I can squat really well, now I can use that in fitness or strength training. For strength training, what I'm going to do is 2 things. If I want to develop more power, I want to do the same amount of weight faster. I'm telling my brain, hey, I need you to be able to contract muscle fibers at a higher rate. And if I can do that at a higher rate, I am more powerful. That's something we can work on and we can build. If I want to increase my 1 rep max, I'm going to just keep adding load to my very good squat pattern. If I have a shit squat and I start adding weight to it, I'm not going to get any better. The weight might go up, but it's you're not actually developing strength the way that we should. We have a really good squat, we start to add more load. Now your brain is signaling, hey, I need to contract more muscle fiber. So it's gonna help your ability to send from your brain to your muscle, send a signal of contract, but this will also like start to grow new cells for you to contract in that. Okay, for fitness, I want to remove as much skill or strength from the equation as I possibly can. And so we've talked about Murph. Let's look at that again in the realm of like strict pull-ups. If I'm working on my fitness, let's say I can do 5 strict pull-ups, I don't want to put 20 in a workout because now I'm slowing myself down. I'm going to get to the pull-up bar and I can do 5 and now I have to jump off and just stare at that bar. Or if you're doing power cleans and I put way too heavy of a weight, I have to do 5 power cleans, but I can only do 1 and then stare at the bar for 20 seconds. We're not working on fitness anymore. Maybe some like mental strength stuff because it sucks to have to bear through that, but we're not working on fitness. Fitness, I want to remove all barriers and just be able to go. I want to decide, am I going at 70%, 80%, 90% intensity, whatever it is, hammer that gas. I don't want movement patterns or weight to hold me back and to not allow me to fully kind of like show my fitness abilities. So there are some differences in fitness and strength training. There's some commonalities as well. Know what you're after. See if a coach can help you get there. Thanks.